Good evening, everyone. Today we're here again, just like yesterday and the day before. The cycle of life and death continues.
Cycle of screaming.
Yes, we are here to go ahead and discover the next tale in the list of tales. It is the tales of the Geuseunsae, so which would be like Geuseunsae, I guess in Korean. Probably, I guess. I don't know. I can't speak Korean that well. But this brings us to the seventh tale of Land of the Morning Light as we're getting ready for part 2 release, which will obviously have 12 tales, 50 hours of cutscenes like this one, right folks? Anyway, so yeah, of course, let's go ahead and start and see what is this tale about. Lemma?
Have you seen my child? Have you seen my child? A voice eerily whispers throughout Gowun Plateau. They say that on daisy trains, the woman wearing a straw hat sheds tears of blood, and a corpse will be found somewhere among the reeds of Gowun Plateau.
Alright, well, time to put this stream 18 plus. Is gonna be one of those. Alright, and I'm guessing it starts with this little schmuck. Hello, look at like
Yes.
this. Okay.
Did you hear? Another person died at Gowun Plateau.
Saying another person died during medieval times, it's just saying like water is wet, like, of course.
But it's in Gowun Plateau.
No one cares.
It's more specific.
Oh my god. Someone dies in Land of the Morning Light. Whoop-de-doo. Let's be honest, folks. Like, already medieval times are crazy. Land of the Morning has magical tigers that want to kill you. Magical foxes that want to kill you. Magical bamboo that wants to kill you. Magical plague that wants to kill you. It has the government that tries to kill everything right. Alright, let's see.
I just overheard this from over yonder. Another person hanged themselves.
Oh, damn.
My. What is this world coming
It is
to?
more specific.
Another one. And in the Gowun Plateau reed field too, huh? How many does that make now?
What's that? Someone died. More than one someone?
Okay,
There
yeah.
is some more.
Yeah. Let's remember that doing the offing yourself is not very well seen in Asian culture. Generally, it's frowned upon in most cultures, but even more so in Asian cultures, as you have to remember they are quite give me a second. The word's gonna come. Okay, they are quite.
For Christian as well is quite an issue if you off yourself, by the way.
No, of course, but superstitious. There you go.
Okay.
It came finally. They're quite superstitious generally in Asia. In fact, remember the warning signs for the
ghosts, for
the
the
ghosts
Songakshi.
and Songakshi and everything. Most of the modern urban legends come from like Asian forums. So obviously it's even more frowned upon. Imagine in medieval times where every life you have kinda counts. Let's see.
No. What are you talking about? Say, I sure am feeling peckish.
Oh my god.
Time to bribe with food once again, for this is the way of the land of the morning
I
light.
swear to god, these guys are like the goddamn Skyrim people or Bethesda, where they think this is a quest.
This is the goop bop of Dalbor. There's people.
At least this time we don't have to cook.
Yeah, whatever, man, whatever.
No.
Here, eat.
Oh, boy. Yeah, you sure we can eat this? You're quite generous for a stranger.
All right, now that you filled your belly, tell us what you were chittering about earlier. About the reed field at Gowun Plateau.
I knew that's what you came to ask us about. You gotta promise you didn't hear anything from us.
Yeah, everything you hear today is just between us. You'll take it to your grave. You feel me?
Yeah, of course, my lips are sealed to the grave, haha.
What it is, if you go into the reed field alone on a rainy day, a woman wearing a straw hat appears and says, "Have you seen my child? Have you seen my child?
Okay.
She chases after you with tears of blood running down her face.
Okay.
Nice.
A woman wearing a straw hat.
Yeah, and they say that woman, she just looks absolutely terrifying. One look and that image is forever burned into your eyes, driving all who've seen her to end their lives.
Oh ho. It's kind of like The Ring.
If you ever have to go to Gowun Plateau, just be mindful of what I told you today.
Say, aren't you servants of some Dalbol family? Shouldn't you be speaking with a bit more respect? How do you all know so much about a place so far away?
Excuse me? The nerve of this guy. We're not just any servants. We're the servants of the Honorable Chue family. Our master pretty much owns all of Gowun Plateau. We work there, so of course we would know.
Of course.
Of course.
As the saying goes, better to be a servant of a wealthy family. Fine, honorable servants, please continue.
The rumors are truly frightening. I'd rather not entertain them myself. However, as a servant of the Chue family, it is my duty. Our master is very exact with punishments and rewards. As a head servant, he promised to marry me off next year. So
Of course,
my
bro.
curiosity about my bride-to-be's beauty led me to a physiognomist in secret. And well, turns out luck isn't on my side. At least in this lifetime.
Bride to be? You look like you've already got at least 3 kids. But a physiognomist around here, you say?
Also, we know that the daughter of the Choi family is not the most beautiful because she was very jealous of the woman who became the Songakshi.
Yep.
You're not from these parts, are you? You don't know that old man? The one who always carries a bottle of liquor. He's a local legend.
Oh, yes, of course. The one with the bottle. Of course I know him.
Yeah, it's called My Drunk Uncle. Woo!
Let's go ask for a reading.
Yeah, like, I love how we're going from this to travel 1 kilometer plus for a reading. Like, what?
Luckily, we are equipped with a very good horsey.
And luckily we're equipped with meta knowledge as well, apparently.
I don't know what they killed.
There he is!
Shortcuts.
Jumped so hard my character's testes got hurt, I guess. He moaned and was stunned.
Hey, we arrived fast, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, my head feels like it's gonna explode. Huh? Who are you? And do you got any booze?
This is the guy reading your future, guys. Bro, I seen it all. Look at his face. Did you give me a reading?
Huh? A reading? Not with this beast of a hangover. But a drink might take the edge off. Hair of the dog, as they say.
Phew, you stink. You smell like you've been
Not
drinking all
one night,
night.
I guess, though. Not only one night.
Only most of the night. A man's gotta sleep,
Not only
you know.
one night, though, I guess.
Oh, for sure.
There's that bottle. My emergency pick-me-up.
Hey, old man, stop talking about booze and give us a reading, will you?
He's too hangover.
Oh, you little thieves! You took it, didn't you, you scoundrels?
Remember that one of the late stages of alcoholism, essentially you're always in hangover when you're not drunk and you tremble. So this guy's always like carrying some percentage of alcohol, and if he doesn't, he gets heavy withdrawal symptoms and probably dies of a heart attack. It's a win-win situation. He drinks, he dies. He stops drinking, he dies. It's... Yep.
Oh boy, this does seem like that drunk physiognomist that the servants of the Honorable Che House were talking about, doesn't it? Wait a minute, did you just call us thieves? What are we, raccoons? Stop accusing innocent people.
Yeah, we're goddamn raccoons also.
Raccoons? Now that you mention it, you kind of look like one. Anyway, if you want a reading, bring me some booze.
I guess there's some sort of joking these in Korean, but doesn't come out in English.
Yeah. Where's the booze?
Booze buried in the ground? I don't know about booze. The people, though, there should be plenty.
Huh? What did you say? Buried people? So were the rumors true all along?
I've got children to feed, so
Bless
if
you.
you don't mind.
Thank you. Yeah, of course. How do you think a field stays so healthy and to like grow things? Anyway, let's see. As the location of the booze.
Buried booze? What kind of stupid nonsense is this? Who would bury liquor here? Have you any idea who owns these lands?
All right, all right.
Do we
No
have
one
an
calling
idea
anyone stupid.
of
Fine then.
how
Never mind. Please go
less
about
I
your
care?
day.
In fact, like the game, like they became.
Fools trying to waste my time. My legs are already aching from all these patrols.
I guess the writers became self-aware of how stupid their goddamn quests are, so like they're joking about it. As for the boozes.
That senile old coot. He's done it again. I told him to stop putting people in danger.
Ah, so he usually puts people up to this, huh? Well, any idea where his booze might actually be?
Ugh. It's probably in that corner over there. He comes here and buries stuff like a mole every night.
Okay.
Very.
At least it stays fresh, I guess.
Very convenient place to put the booze.
Of course, we can recognize it because, in theory, the earth is moved, like someone buried something in recently.
Did you get the booze? Take a swig, drink it down. It's a tonic for the body.
What?
It's actually
You were a
poison.
sloppy mess a minute ago. How'd you sober up so quickly? You got quite the tolerance.
He's not sober though. So.
What? I seem sober now? I guess reading your faces sobered me up real quick.
Oh, is that so? Fine, what does my face say? And what about our traveler here, too?
They say I'm a skilled physiognomist. But what's the good in that? Look at the state of my household. I can't even figure out how to make a living for myself. How could anyone do sober readings in this state?
And here the description says Dohun is asking about the people of Gowun Plateau. Go talk to Dohun.
Ah, but don't mind me, I'm rambling. What do you think about the people here? The workers toiling away at Gowun Plateau.
They all look dead inside.
Have you ever heard the saying, sweeping in the mornings brings in blessings, in the evening it sweeps misfortune away? It's a saying that was created in the tall reeds of Gowun Plateau, which is unfortunate, because back in the day, people gathered together every season to cut down the reeds and made a living off of it. It was shared farming land.
I heard it's owned by the Honorable Choi House.
It never belonged to anyone originally. We all treated it as a blessing bestowed upon all of us by the king. But one day, people claiming to be from the Honorable Che House came and planted stakes, declaring it their land.
So, what happened to all those people who used to make a living cutting reeds? The demand for reeds wouldn't have dried up overnight.
Also, fun fact, that doesn't work and it's highly illegal. Because most places the king was owning the land, not houses. In fact, during medieval times, the very few countries managed to get kingdoms, actually not countries, managed to get the fiefs to be passed down in generations. And in fact, today in the UK, technically you'd never own a house or a land. It all belongs to the king slash queen, whatever, the majesty, the royal family. So this story kind of makes sense, but it's okay.
But it's also like a sign of the fact that the power of the king on this side of the island in Dongga province is wavering.
Yeah,
It's weaker.
yeah, like the mighty king of Land of the Morning Light is
What do you mean, what happened? They had to pay for the reeds using the money they made from selling them.
That's a shame.
Why? Why would such a wealthy family do such a thing?
Greed.
Does human greed know an answer?
Yeah, like,
Didn't have the face of a wicked man.
ooh.
Yeah, it sounds as if reading faces doesn't tell you shit.
He might have been tricked by someone else's scheme. But I think I'm starting to feel a bit parched again. Do you want to have a drink with me?
Oh my god.
Something to prove myself.
Oh my god.
I've struggled with this horrible illness since I was young. So I can't go a day without drinking.
Yeah, right. So you mean to say that drinking is the cure for this so-called illness? Should you go see the doctor and get it checked out at least?
Yeah, his illness is called life, Dosa. It's okay. Let him drink till he extinguishes himself like a fireman.
Nonsense! The booze I brew has medicinal properties. If you don't want to drink with me, go and entertain those watchers down there.
Wajan?
Roger. Why mention them now all of a sudden? Are there farmers these days that still burn down forests to farm?
Mm-hmm. It's written all over your faces that you two can't stand idly by in the face of injustice. So I'm just letting you know.
Ugh, you and your darn physiognomy. Now I feel like we just have to go there.
Manipulation.
Dosa, you don't need a philosophy to like read you, like you're a goddamn open book.
Huajan are people who have gone through much hardship. They probably won't be welcoming you with open arms, so good luck.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
here,
you for the
again,
encouragement, I guess.
here again, like it's like, oh, go talk with those guys. Like, why? Whatever, man. Thankfully, we have a fast horse.
Okay, got it.
Yes, you might be wondering, no, this is not a mountain goat, the tier 10 horse.
My horse can be whatever he wants. Thank you very much. Oh my god.
Going to move all of this.
Hey, look over there. I couldn't help but see that lady trying to move such a heavy load.
Oh, she's moving such a heavy load.
I swear this work will put me into an early grave.
They say you never forget the ones who helped you through hardship.
That one's more beautiful than Dosa, and I care more about the money in the background than what this guy, like... Okay, let's keep going.
It's gonna take her a long time if she does it all by herself. Why don't we help? We could get it done real quick.
Sort of
Say you
God,
never
Dosa.
forget the ones.
You're like Omdal.
Thank you. I don't think we've met. Whoever you are, you're strangely kind.
We hear that often. But they say you get what you give, if you know what I mean.
You're not, by any chance, Wagon Kebby, are you? You must be.
Ah, yes, the
me?
wagon can be.
It's Do Young. Oh, yeah, my face is a bit dirty,
Oh, no.
isn't it? How have you been all this time?
What? Me? A dokebi? You got the wrong person. How could you say that? I'm a human just like you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was remembering something from the past.
Haha, did he perhaps mistaken me for a dokebi? That's nonsense because I'm invisible to most people's eyes. And what could it be? All these villagers seems to have a story to tell. Let's catch up to Dosa, he's got a move on it.
Because Dosa can stay fucking still for 5 seconds straight, I swear to God.
But also it's basically on down. Like legitimately, we went from let's go explore the issue at Geuseunsae. Let me see how it's called. What the
Gowun
hell
Plateau?
is it? What the hell?
It's not shown on the map, Gowun Plateau.
Wow.
Like, it's on the top of
Yeah.
the mountain.
Gowun, so the Geuseunsae, there you go. And now we're like almost at the edge of the map for some reason. Alright, let's see what those is saying.
We're completely out of materials.
I couldn't
What could
tell, sir.
possibly make with a whole lot of nothing.
Seems like this guy's out of materials. I have no idea what he's looking for.
He's looking at grass growing, Dosa.
Repeat after me. Never forget the ones who helped you through hardship. You hear me, traveler?
I swear to God, Dosa.
No biggie. We'll just bring whatever we think he's missing. The more the merrier, am I right?
That's...
What kind of reasonament is this, I swear to God?
Repeat after me.
Like, oh, we don't know what he wants. Instead of asking, let's just gather random things.
Like, at this point, the writer just gave up. They didn't even care. Like, just go press R here, like, at the right spot. My God. Yeah. So cringe. Right.
By any chance, the flame cabbie? It is you.
Quite
right?
weird that them keep
Remember
mentioning
me?
the goddamn
It's
dokebis.
Satchel.
Yeah. But not that blue.
I can't believe
Purple,
you didn't
actually.
forget me. Where have you been all this time?
What the? This is twice in one day someone's confused me for a dokebi. Look, you got the wrong person. What's going on here?
My apologies. I was remembering something from the past.
But you remember what you are, boy. Instead of what you were. Ah, Dosa, trying to adapt another one, I see.
The chief wants to see us? I think my plan worked. But the chief has a visible dokebi, Mark. Everyone in town is really into dokebi, huh? Seeing how disappointed they were when they found out I wasn't a dokebi, seems like something must have happened here. Let's try to find out what. I'm
Economics.
curious to pry, but that dark cloud hovering over the chief is making me think twice about prying any further. Maybe that old physiognomist sent us all the way out here.
He actually didn't. He just told us to say hi to the people here. And you decided to.
So I heard that you two suddenly appeared to lend aid to our village.
What's with that mark on your face?
You must be a traveler passing through. It's a symbol of gratitude left by the Dokebi.
I think that's
It's a
Dokebi
way of
poop.
expressing their thanks, although we can no longer see them. Didn't the village people mistake you for Dokebi?
Yes, they thought we were in disguise.
The village has deep ties with the Dokebi. Thank you for your help, but I've no more to tell you.
I heard that people are dying at Gowun Plateau. We poked around and asked all kinds of questions.
Are you talking about Dohun? We have a long history with him as well.
Do who more like do who not talk about him?
Gowun Plateau was our second home, before we were kicked out and fled here.
Huh? When you said second, does that mean this is the third? Then where's the first one?
This is quite a long story. Would you mind helping me with this before I say more?
We're playing fucking Minecraft, man. We're just chopping.
Yeah, pretty much.
I must guide the lost and wandering Dokebi to a safer path.
Like,
At least here in the land of the morning light, they were smart enough to stop having you actually fish, gather and whatnot, but you just interact with the thing, so you don't have a shortage of materials at the release.
It's a sad irony.
get timber. Fuck you. Come here. Give potatoes. This is like what Lama said is right. It's better, but like the reason it's better is because there's no way you could have made it worse. You understand? And it's not like that big of an improvement because again, we want to have an adventure and discover people, not gather fucking potatoes. I want to kill dragons, gods. Feel like I belong somewhere, you know. Real life is hard enough as it is. Why the hell do I have to gather potatoes for some fuckboy who doesn't even care that I exist? The fuck is this?
Ever been to Sumo? I'm actually the son of Sumo's chief. It was a special village deep within Dokebi Forest. In other words, I grew up with Dokebi since I was a child.
Okay, so this is Supmol. If you guys forgotten, you need a reminder. Supmol is the village that got thunderstruck by the king of the Dokebi because he's kinda stupid. It's true.
He was blackmailed.
Oh, I'm
And-
sorry. Yeah, let me rephrase that. He cared so much about humans that he decided to thunderstruck the fuck out of their titties and kill the entire village.
Because they killed the chief who was the BFF of the Duoxini.
Yep.
The mark on my face is from the Dokebi, a sign of gratitude for saving a Dokebi friend from falling off a cliff when I was young.
So the first home you were talking about was Sumon in Dokebi Forest? But then, how did you all... Wait, hold on. Did you say Sumor? I thought that place was...
So, I guess you've heard the news. I mean, with the recent occurrences and all. The Yungam of the East even placed it under lockdown. The recent murder case in Moodle Village involved the chief of Sumo. My own father.
Whew, that's a tragedy that would upset the heavens. Oh, sudden leg cramp. Excuse me. Gotta walk it off.
Oh, don't mind me. Why don't you go get a glass of water?
Very weird interaction.
They all say, no, don't camp up, my brother. We gathered too many potatoes. Drink water from the
I
wall.
don't think he knows you were considered a suspect in the murder case. I'm worried that if he finds out now, in his state, who knows? People do crazy things when they're upset.
What do you want him to do? He just stares into the moon and glows blue. Like, Dosa, do you forget that we're physically the guys who fucked the Gumiho? And of course we got defeated in the cutscene, but we legitimately, every single thing until now, we wrecked it.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fine to listen to his story a bit more.
Okay, but just in case, we should be prepared for the worst.
Okay, so we cut off his head so he can't kill us. Is that what you're telling us,
And as
Dosa?
long as the Dokebi are watching their backs, I don't think we'll be able to defeat them.
Why? We defeated the king of Dokebi. Come on,
But also, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, oh, what if he recognizes you and he thinks you are the killer? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's,
how?
what is this? Like, what? I think we're missing a few quests.
Until recently, I couldn't fill my belly with anything but anger and water. We were turned away from every place we went.
I don't know the details. How did you end up coming all the way here?
Well, one thing led to another, and the wrath of Duokshini laid complete waste to Sumo Village. Fortunately, we survived, aided by the Dokebi who sided with us. And so, we found a new home in Gowun Plateau. Luckily, the kind people of Gowun Plateau welcomed us in. We survived by cutting down reeds in the communal farmland. We made friends and families. And just when all was settling, the Honorable Chue's servants claimed the land and drove us out. That's how we ended up here. Funny, isn't it? We used to live alongside Dokebi, cultivating the forest. And now look at us.
Yeah, it sounds as if it wasn't such a good idea, eh?
Now, we're burning the forest down, just to feed our families.
You physically have potatoes, you goddamn mongoloids. You don't need to burn the forest down. You physically have potatoes.
Because they burned the forest down so they could plant the potatoes.
Oh, that's even more stupid. I was happy in my ignorance.
Didn't I tell you? The people of Gowun Plateau are kind. When we were there, we couldn't even imagine such horrid things. But after we were driven out, strange rumors began to circulate. They were saying the Dokebi were killing people.
Yes, they were.
Someone had stolen Duokshini's bat?
References to the thing we just did before.
Such a rumor was spreading. Have you by chance seen a stone statue in the shape of a face on your way from Gowun Plateau? They are all gifts from the Dokebi. They were grateful that the village took us, the people of Sumo, in. That stone statues have the power to drive away bad energy. And yet, because of that, strange rumors began to circulate.
Watchful Kebi, powerful statues, and still sinister events keep popping up? Isn't that concerning?
Oh, I got pulled out of the cutscene. Like I'm not...
What?
Yeah, I got pulled out of the cutscene. Look, 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 look there, look there. Look how awkward it is.
Anyway, basically in the cutscene, it was explained what Sulion was explaining, that basically they blame the weird things happening on the Dokebis.
That was extremely weird, right? Like there was more to the cutscene because I was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why as soon as we heard the
Something...
rumors, we decided to return to Gowun Plateau.
Did something happen on that day?
It was pouring so heavily that day. I'd never seen such a storm. The rain was so intense that you couldn't even walk outside. And yet, there were these people in straw hats out in the downpour. When we called out to them, none, not one of them would respond. All of a sudden, as if the entire town became possessed. Everyone's eyes rolled back as they hanged themselves from trees.
Oh, it wasn't people. That sounds like it was ghosts.
Okay, ghosts.
Right then, my body started to shine with light, and some old lady emerged from my mark of gratitude.
Ah, so he gave birth to Eve. So I guess this makes him Adam.
What the? Old lady, who are you?
Not old lady, Sonny. I'm Granny Death. There now, my poor little birdies. Let's go out for a picnic with Granny.
Granny Death began to sing and tap the straw hat folk with her cane. And just like that, they turned into white mist flowers and disappeared. Tell me, Granny, what are you?
She just told you.
Yeah.
I'm here as a favor to the Dokebi.
What in the world were those things?
You mean those shadowy straw hat wearing folk? Their begrudged souls now become birds.
A caw! We're birds!
Because, of course, he would have died if not for the mark of gratitude of the Dokebis who summoned death. And this is because Dokebis are very peculiar creature who, as we noticed in other quests, have a link to the world, to the underworld, the spirit world, death in general. So that's why it worked.
All I can say is usually in societies believing in reincarnation and karma, humans are seen as the highest level of reincarnation, or one of the highest. Then of course there's the Nirvana thing, but you know, one of the most advanced lives that you can reincarnate are humans. But for Korean, apparently it's goddamn pigeons. Because you're free, you're free.
It's because she freed them. There is this connection, mythologically speaking, between the soul and the birds.
The birds!
Only in Korean mythology, but also, like, for example, in Egyptian? I don't know, but like in some cultures there are the so-called psychopompi, which literally means the leader of souls, which are birds.
Yeah.
Souls of those who passed while bearing grudges. We call them Geuseunsae. They lead innocent people to their deaths. But they also suffer from grief and bitterness. Which reminds me of my father. He borrowed a bat from Duokshini under the Hyungum's order. He headed to Nampo.
The birds
That's where he was killed.
on his cart, they just flew away.
Perhaps my father had become a Geuseunsae. When I think of it that way, that resentment, it's much easier to relate to.
Ah, yes, the resentment of your father, Mr. Living on anger and water.
How bitter must they be to still wander Gowun Plateau, unable to leave?
Those killed by Geuseunsae are in turn becoming Geuseunsae. What do you say? Will you help me send them off in peace?
Of course, I'm more than willing to, but can we pull it off? Did a Dokebi lend you some supernatural powers?
Oh, nothing like that. But a Brukebi did once tell me of a phenomenal recipe for a drink.
I don't know why Dosa is still so surprised considering all the crazy shit we've seen.
I'll tell you the ingredients so you can go prepare them. Let's meet at the physiognomist's house.
Complete all the objectives below, they interact with Jamdog. Suspicious buckwheat. No, we need to complete and then interact.
Yeah. Okay.
So what you need to do is you're opening this and you perform
Oh, we already received them. Okay.
grinding on suspicious buckwheat.
Okay. Then we need mineral water from the Jangdok. And then we need to process it
By shaking.
shaking. Yeah, because we are making a brew.
And then with the interact and the teleport.
Yeah, I'm calling the horse in fact. My horse is stupid.
Dohun, you're never wrong. A savior did indeed come to relieve me of my burdens. It's a miracle.
Nuh-uh. All I did was repay you for this elusive, bewitching Dokebi booze.
Huh? This man's drunk out of his mind again. How do you think he'll be of any help?
Sure, he may seem like a booze hound at a glance. In actuality, however,
A booze
he's someone
hound.
who even a ghost can't deceive.
Of course, of course.
What? A physiognomist that can't be deceived by ghosts? Ghosts can have their faces read too? Then, does that mean he can talk to them? Or don't tell me he can read a ghost's past? Now that would be crazy.
I mean, at this point.
Since Dohun has sent you to me, we'll finally be able to read the fortune of the Geuseunsae this time.
Remember, if you find the Geuseunsae, how do you plan on bringing them here?
Granny Death left this behind for me. Dokebi number 21 of the Netherworld.
What? Huh? Dokebi number 21 of the Netherworld? All I see is a broom.
She gave me this before sending me off to deal with the Geuseunsae, saying she no longer wants anything to do with them.
Is Granny Death someone who keeps her word?
She told me that a Dokebi in the Netherworld has been worried sick about me. I was told that sweeping the Geuseunsae with this broom will imprison them for a brief period of time.
Wow, Chief, that's some guardian angel. To have a Dokebi looking out for you even after death.
From their Kebitopia.
Yes, I'm grateful. However, it hasn't been much help so far. I haven't seen a Geuseunsae since then.
Mind telling us how the weather was when you went to Gowun Plateau? Was it clear or overcast?
It was overcast, he actually said it already.
When the sun was up and when the sun was down. I even went with only the stars or moon to light my path.
Hey, all of you acting like I'm not here? Fill up my drink. Can't you see it's empty?
Yikes! He'll turn into a vengeful ghost from the lack of booze at this rate.
If you're gonna repay me for bringing you all together, then do it properly. Go and make me more of Brokevy's bull.
Brokevy's booze, my brother.
My goodness. I can't stand the fits he throws for alcohol. Can you
So we
bring
take
another
the
bottle?
liquor
I'll take care
from
of
the
him.
junk, and with simple cooking.
Oh, I swear to God. Take the liquor. Processing, what is on? Simple cooking. And shove it up my butt. Oh, no.
Think anyone can be a physician? What's it? Physician? No shit. Beating my own drum. Yeah, that's the beat. Think anyone can be a physician?
Jesus, just take the booze.
This is it. Oh, this scent. It's spectacular. The aroma of pine that engulfs you before you even taste it.
How do you even have any smell buds or taste buds left, buddy?
Dear Lord, you'll end up drinking till sunrise.
He's very skilled.
You haven't explained why in the world this chief is calling us his savior.
Don't act like you don't know the answer. Tell me, how do you think you can meet the Geuseunsae?
Huh? Well, I think rain could be the answer. I heard there was heavy downpour before, right? I've seen people wearing raincoats too. The servants at the Honorable Chue's house mentioned something about rain as well. So my guess is they appear when it rains.
You're as smart as a whip. Must have been highly favored by whoever your master was, huh?
Ah. Not raining season, no. What can we do? It's so fucking random. Okay, let's say it's not raining season.
Not to worry. We have the sky altar. Of course, we can't just use it whenever we want.
Yes, you can.
Well, that's fair. If we could make it rain at any time, who would ever suffer from drought during harvest season? But I thought only the young gum of the East can ascend the altar. Are you sure we can really use it?
Yes.
As if we
This
care.
man with such a righteous and noble face, acting like such a coward.
Ooh.
Julian, I hope you've lit many heavy fires. The prayers of humans alone aren't enough to sway the gods of heaven and earth.
Yes, I have not missed a single day, just as you told me to. It seems that you've already foreseen everything, even today.
Many Dokkaby will follow those flames today. From Dokkaby Forest, they will come through that cave. Sulyun, son of Sumo. The Dokkaby will have waited for this day as well. Dosa, go with him to greet the Kebbies. And you, prepare to offer sacrifices at the sky altar.
Yeah, of course. Let me just go and take a goat.
I thought I'd be reading the fortunes of ghosts in the afterlife. To think I'd do it while I'm still living. This is worth 10 years of drinking.
Fun fact, the Hoon is only 26 years old. Let's go play Minecraft again.
Yay! This time I have to do the proper road because it's easy to go down, not that easy to go up,
Yeah.
sadly. It gathered from the glowing, yeah.
Okay, we got all the thingies. We go here.
Thank you. To have thought that there are still people like you left in this world. To be frank, I've resented this world for a long time.
No,
When
I couldn't
Sumo
tell,
fell
no.
into ruin, when we were kicked out of Gowun Plateau and watched the trees go up in flames, I asked myself why I was still alive.
Come now, don't say such things. This village is counting on you.
Yeah.
Seeing people like you has made me realize this life is still worth living. No, there's no way to recover the ruins of Sumo.
Actually, there is, but you guys.
Yeah,
are
you can
shit.
reconstruct, to be
It
honest.
was to protect the peace of Gowun Plateau. Let us go hear the Geuseunsae's burdens together.
The whole team is here.
Oh, man, I don't know anymore. Rain or not, we're all gonna end up in prison.
Shut the fuck up, Dosa, and break the law with us.
Exactly. I break the law by profession at this point. This is an example of how the Dokebi change their colors from day to night. Cool effect, cool effect.
I think there should be the granny.
No. Because the granny delegated. Why isn't the Geuseunsae a boss of the land of the morning? Like, we don't know.
It's actually quite sad we got cancelled on this boss.
Really?
I mean, why else would it not be a boss? It's fucking stupid to introduce a thingy but not as a boss.
Yeah, would make sense.
Like, it has mechanics, I see healing
Yeah.
orbs and everything.
No, but it has mechanics and it was also quite hard that there is just like all the other bosses, right? In fact, it's the only boss doing the mechanics. Because, of course, they nerf it since it's not a shrine boss.
Yeah.
I can't believe it was really possible. You did so well. You did it. We really pulled this off.
Of course we did. Huh? Whoa, do you see that? Way over there. The souls of the Geuseunsae were sucked into the chief's broom.
Take the broom with you and head to Dohun. I'll see the Dokebi off before I go. Oh, and also, if there's ever a chance for us to sit down for a meal together, bring the Dokebi as well.
No.
If it weren't for them, you souls would have been taken by the Geuseunsae.
Okay.
Let's go to Dohun!
Yay, let's go.
Don't worry, my horse is totally fine.
Okay, Gowun. Here are the brooms. You can make alcohol out of them.
You're back! Your faces indeed foretell great things. Wait! If I'm about to do this, I'm gonna need a real stiff drink.
What? You still haven't had your fill? You want to be the first person to drown themselves in drink?
Hey!
Not the first
I
person,
look
if you
like
ask me.
a hopeless drunk to you. The booze is for the ghost, not me.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Seems you've lost your voice from nights of endless crying. I can see all the paths you've walked with just a look at your face.
What face?
Come, raise up your head for me. So they treated you like criminals just because you took a few coins from that cave? Ah, you'd lost your youngest son while being dragged here. I see. You must have been wrought with...
Oh, isn't that the mom of the kid we see at the beginning?
Your son came out
It's
in
just they,
search
of course,
his
they use
mother.
always the same models.
He was swept up in a hunt hosted by a noble and ripped apart by a hunting dog. Unable to overcome your bitterness, you threw away your life.
Oh well.
Who dares to use the Sky Altar without permission? Only those who rule over Donghae Province have the rights to this sacred place. Take everyone into custody and lock them behind bars. They will be punished accordingly.
Everyone? But all of this was done by me alone.
You dare try to deceive the Hyungam? Explain then how you made rain fall on your own.
Oh, my lord. I was only thinking to myself how great it would be to have a refreshing cup of makgeolli on a rainy day. And what do I know?
Oh my god.
It started raining. I'm not the brightest of men, so how would I have known this was such a big deal?
Isn't that right? You'll stand by this statement? Fine, so be it. You alone will be beaten on behalf of everyone here.
I double dare you try to beat me and then let me go to Galfion and I'm gonna fucking get your shitty ass fucking place burnt to the ground.
And you've done your part as well, yes? Bring firewood to be burned at the beacon tower. Go!
Make me.
Hey, look, now we're gathering. Logs, yay! Don't you love being forced into labor like a goddamn slave?
Hey, at least you have a driver.
Imagine being the hero of continent in other countries and you hear you like, shut the fuck up, dog! Go plow fields, or I plow your back.
I'm sorry. I heard what happened. They never treated us as citizens. More like cattle. We could barely make a living for ourselves. And now they tell us we must labor away for the good of Donghae without compensation.
Oh no, time to become bandits, I guess.
On my way here,
This,
I
you
saw
don't have the
constables
power.
stationed throughout Gowun Plateau. Perhaps because we used the Sky Altar without official permission.
Like, legitimately, having NPCs become bandits here would be so easy.
Traveler, go save your friend Dosa. Then, make your way to the
Technically,
Geuseunsae hamlet, the hunting dog from the Hyungam's hunt. I found its owner and dug up something unbelievable. But right now, Saving
I'll
your
organize the
friend is the
revolution for
priority.
much less.
You must bring him back alive.
Oh, it's very nearby.
No, because you have to enter there to trigger the cinematic. So, like, there's no point of going with the horse. Silent discussion.
Do you have the audio? Okay.
Like, there's the noises on the background, but people are not talking. But yeah, in theory they were supposed to say, there's an intruder, check out.
Forcing people into stealth missions. Damn, I just rolled around this fool. Call me goddamn Sonic.
Trevor, is that really you?
No, it's Michael Jackson.
The Geuseunsae must be making me see things.
You didn't look at it in the eyes, right? I mean, hard to when it has a goddamn mask.
Traveler, is that really you? The Geuseunsae must be making me see things.
Goddamn right, I'm Michael Jackson.
Huh? You're really here? Look, the weather seems to be clearing. Was I beaten? They acted like they were, then just left. Guess they were looking for anyone to blame and throw in prison.
Let's get out of here and get Geuseunsae Hamlet.
I hope they'll
Thank
give
the
back my
heavens
horse.
you're safe. I was worried sick. Owen, this is him. The keeper of the dog who killed that child. Ever since that day, he's been racked with guilt and decided to apply to be a stable keeper. However, I told you it was something unbelievable, didn't I? This man told me that Gowun was lying.
Huh? What do you mean? Okay, let's say that's true. Then where does the truth start and end?
I care for the dogs they use during the hunt here in the stables. How about you take them out yourselves? Then you'll see exactly what I mean.
So first you have to come here out.
Yeah. And place the trap.
Put the trap. Make sure it looks feminine enough so that people get into it.
Can you see the dogs appealing you?
Kill the ball.
What do you think? Didn't you notice
The hunting
anything
does them
strange?
by the prey.
Yes, that's precisely it. These dogs don't bite anything, even prey. The young gun despises when the hides of his quarry have teeth marks in them, so I train them not to bite.
Then what happened on that day?
Even I don't know for sure. All I know is that these dogs found the young boy. The child was in a daze, having fallen down a hill while wandering through the reeds. His body was mangled, clothes torn. Of course, I alerted the Youngum right away. But when I did, he threw me a water deer fawn with legs that were rotting away. Claiming these were ill omens, he told me to burn everything. So I did. I took the fawn and the tattered clothes, threw them together, and sent them up in flames. That's what happened.
And
That
that's
means that
why
his mother,
there
who
was
seen the
understanding.
hunting dogs and the burnt remains of her son's tattered clothes, assumed he had died, then wrought with grief she took her own life? By the gods, what kind of tragedy is this?
If my dogs hadn't found the child, he may have really died in those vast reed fields.
It's called a fake Romeo and Juliet wannabe copy, man.
All these dogs did was frighten the child. To think his mother took her own life for that.
Because like the physiognomist did not lie. The physiognomist saw the past of the Geuseunsae from the perspective of the Geuseunsae. So of course, if the Geuseunsae, the mother of the child, was convinced the child was dead, this is what Dohun, the physiognomist, saw.
Of course. Couldn't you have told her as soon as you knew?
From what I'd heard, she'd already been suffering, and I hesitated. But to think she'd be so quick to leave this world, rumors spread like wildfire, and the Dalbo office was desperate to put them out. I had no other choice.
A burden weighs differently on everyone. Something that one can just brush away may crush another's life.
I could understand some part of what she was feeling. I have a wife and children of my own. If only I hadn't hesitated, she may have never.
Where's the child right now?
I've been taking care of him ever since.
That's sad.
Probably by the beach right
But like that.
Yeah.
However, after the shock of that day, he hasn't spoken a word.
Which is very understandable if you ask me.
My god, that instrument is in my brain.
And in fact, he doesn't speak.
Very... Seriously, guys. I understand you have X amount of things you need to write for quests because you like numbers, but this ain't it. This serves no purpose than to make me waste energy and time.
I've talked with Younggu and decided that we'll take the child with us. The Dokkaebi will be able to cure a mute child, and if I ever meet Granny Death,
The Dokkaebi provide free therapy again.
Yeah.
the child is safe.
In the end, all this happened because the Honorable Chwe took everything, all of Gowun Plateau for himself. Traveler, let's go back to Dalbo. We gotta find out how all of this came to be.
Thank you. This boy, we will take good care of him.
Yeah, we got it.
This village again. You're welcome back anytime.
The Orsi. Every time they teleport me, but they don't give me the horse.
LoML. Yeah, my horse is 1,000 feet away. I just give up. Like.
Because usually, sometimes you have the teleport option, like telling you, oh, you are going to get teleport, so I can get the horsey. But sometimes it's without.
Yeah.
You came at just the right time. I just finished threatening to tell on them. I saw these guys lazing about with my own two eyes.
What do you think you're doing? The Honorable Chwe family gave us these lands for our service. Our family can make a living now.
Nothing we did was against the law. Even our ill king would leap out of his bed if he heard these false accusations. Our master was merely following the government's orders to register unlisted lands.
All we did was kick out those who were illegally occupying this place. This land was taken fair and square. So what's your problem?
Fucking capitalism, man.
What? Then you probably had an official document to kick them out, didn't you? Give it here. Is this it? Now go. Scram. Traveler, don't you think this is a bit suspicious?
I don't know.
Strange.
I don't know. It's
I'm
suspicious
pretty sure
that you can
official
read
papers
that.
aren't supposed to be written like this.
Yeah, like Dosa, we're not from here. You could probably have a piece of shit smeared on the paper. Like,
But also, like, how is it possible that someone from the county being like, you just your average random person's like, I'm very sure this legal paper from bureaucracy is not supposed to be written like that. Like,
yeah.
Dulce, you're getting more suspicious every word you speak.
Do you see that public notice? Let's take a look.
Anything to compare it to? What the fuck? Says those who report and claim their abandoned land to the government officer will be given cultivation rights. The bulletin's date does not match the official document.
See? Look at the dates. They're different. Seems the Honorable Chwe was privy to some insider information.
Yeah, that's the
basics.
basics.
Yeah, like
registered these lands for
corruption
themselves,
101.
carried on with their peaceful lives. Thanks to that Yangban, green with greed, many lost their livelihood. sung their lives.
Yeah.
This is unacceptable. Don't you agree? For now, no one's looking, right? I'm gonna take this notice with me.
Oh, yoink!
Yeah, this way also more poor people can't read and access the information and lose their homes.
Don't worry, he knows what he's doing, trust me, bro.
Yeah, bro, the note is useful to get people informed, because if they have insider information, like, the guys are happier now because, like, oh no, the notice disappeared from the town board.
No, he's going to keep the one the servants gave him, not the one that is affixed.
No,
Because
yeah.
the insider information are in the paper given by the servants of the Choi family.
No, but like, he's saying, like, if there's insider trade, like trading information between the big families and things, then it's still gonna apply. Trust me, the honorable Choi doesn't give a shit what the servants hold in their hands. If they have that information, they're just gonna use it. And they, like, just. Also took the notice regarding the land cultivation rights from the bulletin. So yeah, he just took it from the poor people who had to take information. Stop disagreeing with me, them. Like, trust me once. Like, you can't save this. This is poo-poo. Like, no matter how you look at it.
It's gathering evidence.
Of course. In fact, it's still behind the goddamn black spirit. Like, wait, do you see it?
It was another one. This one is the one talking
Holy
about.
fuck, I'll take a screenshot if I have to. But, okay, let's say it. Whatever, man. Oh, silly Dosa, who does the thing is looking out for? I'm telling you, human greed is limitless. Shall we go and see if there's more to uncover? Oh, I got to level 50 thingy, okay. Oh, now I can't even go to level... What the hell? Which is the right option?
It's the third one.
Okay, thank you. They really made it interesting.
Let's go do our roleplay session and recapping what happened. Chapter 1 Gowun Plateau. In the lush reeds fields of Gowun Plateau, there is a saying, sweeping in the morning brings in blessing, in the evening it sweeps misfortune away. You might wonder, don't the reeds just sway listlessly in the wind? Far from it, reeds have so many uses. Le fratte. Young sprouts can be eaten and seasoned greens, while roots can be used as herbs in apothecaries. Mature reeds are used to make items like baskets and even house roofs. They are also used as feed for cows and fertilizer for fields. Gowun Plateau, covered in reeds like the sea, was a land of grace. Fertile lands like these would have enticed the powerful and wealthy. Yet the people of Donghae province long deemed Gowun Plateau to be no one's land, but simply a blessing from the king, and they gratefully cultivated it. Hence, Gowun Plateau was vital communal farmland, where people harvest reeds each season and sustain their livelihoods. There were so many reeds that population growth posed no issue. It could even house all the people of Sopmul village, whose homes were destroyed by the Dokkaebi king Duox in his furious lightning. Chapter 2 The Dokkaebi's Grace. Gowun's Plateau people welcomed the Sopmul village refugees. To their surprise, the Dokkaebi were following a man at the end of the line. He was Sulyun, the son of Sopmul chief, who was killed in Mudol village. His expression was somber, having just lost his father and home, but the mark on his body was glowing blue, just like the Kebi's. This mark was a sign of gratitude rewarded for saving a Dokkaebi friend from falling off a cliff when he was young. It meant that in crisis the Dokkaebi would rescue Sulyun at least once. The Dokkaebi that followed him were those who had escaped King Duokshni's wrath. Concerned for the now homeless Mr. Kims, they followed behind. They were delighted to see the people of Gowun Plateau warmly welcoming the Sobmol villagers. Swinging their tiny butts with the beady bop, Dokkaebi statues warding off evil spirits appeared around Gowun Plateau. And this what was the reference about in the cutscene that disappeared from you. Gratitude filled Sobmol villagers and wonder struck Gowun Plateau's people. Indeed, until then, Gowun Plateau had been truly peaceful. However, between the servants of the Honorable Choe House in Dalbon village, a terrifying rumor about Gowun Plateau began to circulate. Chapter 3: The Geuseunsae. Have you seen my child? Have you seen my child? Rumors say a woman wearing a straw hat, shedding tears of blood, screams and chases people through the once tranquil Gowun Plateau.
Oh no.
After hearing this story, the traveler and Dosa decided to ask a skilled physiognomist in Gowun Plateau about it. But he was busy chugging down booze and made them do these chores before sending them off to Dry Branch village. Upon arrival at the Dry Branch village, they met the Sobmol villagers. Chief Solian said the villagers had settled in Gowun Plateau, when the Honorable Choi servants came to claim the land, and drove out not just the Sobmol villagers, but everyone living in Gowun Plateau. Left with no choice, they established Dry Branch village and tried to forget Gowun Plateau. But one day, rumors began to circulate that the Dokkaebi in the Gowun Plateau were killing people. The Sobmol villagers denied it, and they all headed to Gowun Plateau together. On a rainy day, gloomy day, the Sobmol villagers arrived at an empty Gowun Plateau. Then, as if possessed, they tried to hang themselves from the trees. In the questline, they managed to do it. At that moment, Selion's mark of gratitude shone brightly, and an old lady appeared. With a swing of her cane, the villagers snapped out of their trance. Those shadowy straw hat wearing folk, they are begrudged souls, now become birds. Yeah, like in the... Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you. Actually, in the questline, they some of the folks managed to hang themselves, and they also see some of the spirits already transformed by the Geuseunsae. And what Granny Death's Max is actually those souls already corrupted, so she freed them. That's a bit different here. In fact, we have a beautiful Granny Death bonking people warning jail.
That looks very much like the Geuseunsae, but we don't talk about that for some, like, they're very similar design, not the same, but the mask and the straws, and it's kind of weird when you think about it. But anyway, let's keep going.
Solian believed there must have been a reason Dohun, the physiognomist, sent the traveler and Dosa to him. So, Selian placed a visit to Dohun with the ingredients for the marvelous Dokkaebi wine, a recipe he had learned from the Brookkebi. Bowl after bowl, the two enjoyed several drinks together. Actually, it was just Dohun drinking in the wasteland, but okay. Then Selian presented the traveler with a mysterious broom. It wasn't just any broom, but one given by Granny Death. A Dokkaebi who had passed on the netherworld had asked her to deliver it to Selian. If they sweep the Geuseunsae with this broom, they could temporarily trap its soul. Then, Dohun, the physiognomist whom even a ghost couldn't deceive, would read its face, and they could discover what unsolved grudge had bound it to this world. But the Geuseunsae only appears on rainy days, and the sun was shining brightly that day. They couldn't just wait for the rain. Left with no choice, they decided to secretly hold a rain ritual at the sky altar, together with the Dokkaebi, guided by the Kebi fire Selian had prepared. As the ritual proceeded at the sky altar, it began to rain, and Geuseunsae appeared. Have you seen my child? The traveler barely managed to trap the Geuseunsae in the broom. Actually, we kicked asses again, but whatever.
They need to stop this thing with like, we kick ass of the mob, and then we're like, oh, we barely managed to do it, or like, oh, the monster actually defeated us and we need to be safe. Like, come on.
Yeah, basically, in the Geuseunsae is the only time we don't get our ass kicked.
Yeah.
Chapter 6, the truth of that day. They went to Dohun with the Geuseunsae soul trapped in the broom and welcomed them and asked for more booze. Perhaps he was indeed a hopeless drunk.
He is.
Hey, do I look like a hopeless drunk to you? The booze is for the ghost, not me. Ah, despite his love for booze, he was still a skilled physiognomist. He poured booze on the broom and the soul revealed its true form. Seems you have lost your voice from nights of endless crying. Come, raise up your head for me. Dohun examined the Geuseunsae's face. She was actually the soul of a woman who had been taken on to the gold pig mine. The nobles from Donghe province had been hunting water deer in the reed fields, and when the woman's son went out looking for his mother, the hunting dogs attacked him. She took her own life upon seeing her child born and torn clothes. Her story was interrupted by the Hyungam of Dalbol, who came to punish them for using the sky altar without permission. He dragged Dosa to Gowun Plateau, but the traveler rescued him before he got hurt. Then they headed to the Chongsen hamlet and found the dog's owner, Yongguo. He claimed the physiognomist was a liar, but why would she kill Why would the skilled physiognomist go around spreading lies? What? It couldn't be. The Geuseunsae's son was actually alive? The youngest child. As it turned out, Yongguo's hunting dogs were trained not to bite. The boy merely rolled down a hill, frightened by the dogs. When Yonggu reported this to the Hyungam, he was instructed to burn a fawn with a rotten leg along with the child's torn clothes. A diseased deer and an injured child made the Hyungam believe it was an unlucky day, and he sought to purge himself at the foul fortune. The next day, Yonggu went to inform the mother, but she's already made her tragic choice. Actually, it's not like this. In the story, he says that he wanted to tell her, but then she seemed too much in distress or something like.
Yeah, it wasn't the next day. Sometime.
Like it made more sense as is written here, like that when he come to tell the mother, it's too late.
Yeah.
And the government office was scrambling to contain the rumors. A burden weighs differently on everyone. What the Hyungam called just brush away had destroyed a woman's life.
First of all, that's complete bullshit. Okay, like the first of all, the Hyungam purified himself because he thought he was like bad karma juju for having like an injured fawn and an injured child and whatever. So he just burn the clothes and thing. Ritual done. You're clean. The other one thought her child was dead. Like, it's not like he thought the child was dead, so he did that. No. Like, like, what?
Yongguo was taking care of the child. However, the event left him unable to speak. Selion, moved by the boy's plight, brought him to Dry Branch village. This tragedy began when Honorable Choice is Gowun Plateau, a land that once belonged to everyone. How did this happen? The traveler and Dosa returned to Dalbol and they questioned Honorable Choi's servant to obtain the document they used. The dates on the document were much earlier than the ones on the bulletin. The Honorable Choi knew about the registration period beforehand. If not for him, the people of Gowun Plateau would have registered within the official period and lived peacefully. Will there be a day when Gowun Plateau regains its former state. Probably when we'll have fucking access to Land of the Morning Light Part 2 so we can discuss this matter with the king. Mayhaps.
Kinda, yeah. But again, like, considering the king is sick and whatever, his goddamn dog useless, we're gonna have to go cut trees for him as well. At this point.
Mayhaps.
Anyway.
Trans.
And this concludes the story of the Geuseunsae. We're not sure what actually is her story because we got interrupted, so sucks for us, I guess.
Oh, we know what was her story.
No, because now she was he was supposed to have the story and we were interrupted.
No, sorry, I don't understand what you're saying.
We were interrupted by the Hyungang who came and basically arrested everyone.
No, that was the story. Basically, she was convinced the child was dead, and actually he wasn't. And that's the story.
Right. Well, okay. Well, interesting story, short story, I guess, is what I call it. It's sad that she's not in the
In the shrine, yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely not in the shrine.
No, she's not in the shrine. In fact, she's the only one that canonically we managed to defeat. Because everyone else kicks our asses.
Right, you're right. Oh, thank you for watching. See you tomorrow when we're gonna be doing the next tale. Cheerios. Bye.